What is up, guys? My name's Yen. My name is Yen. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? Alright, guys, in today's video, it is going to be a little bit controversial. Someone over at Maxis ended up tweeting out a response to all the backlash they have been receiving ever since the latest Horse Ranch expansion pack had dropped, as well as some speculation going on with kits and when should we be receiving them. With that being said, we are going to dive into the very first topic, and we do know The Sims has taken to Twitter to announce not only their giveaways, but also just in general the Horse Ranch expansion pack. We do know outside of the Horse Ranch EP, there has been other issues going on in the game, such as nails being broken from spa day, the gallery unfortunately not being fixed, patch updates just not being where they are supposed to be, and many more. Now, the Sims Direct and the Sims Twitter has also been very silent on these issues, and players are growing frustrated with the amount of bugs and glitches that are going on with the Sims 4 in general. Now, again, I did say that the Sims has not stated anything, and they've been very quiet, nor has the Sims Direct, which is known to post status updates on what is exactly going on, has not said anything. EA Help has not said a word either, and that leads me to the next topic in which we're going to get into. Now, with that being said, this is all a little bit controversial, so again, if you do leave comments down below, please keep it respectful, and I would also love to know your thoughts and opinions on this whole subject. Now, Maxis is basically, think of them as the game development for Electronic Arts. Now, Maxis is best known for its simulation games, including Sims, Sport, and SimCity. With that being said, let's dive into the exact topic that I want to talk about today, and that is someone over at Maxis by the name of Vampire Prince Nina, who also said they are concept artists at Maxis EA, which is Electronic Arts. And before you ask if this is legit, yes, SimGuru Ash and SimGuru Ninja also follows this user. Now, the tweet does go on to say, game developers wouldn't choose to subject themselves to the amount of harassment and hate they get on a daily basis if they didn't care about what they were doing. We care a lot about what we create. It's just that our passion is often met with stiff reality of budget and scope. Now, this is a very interesting, and it goes on to say, and before just increased budget, we don't determine that either. Now, many users did want to chime off of this and went ahead and tweeted along to this exact tweet, stating by the name of Mori Dragon, saying, I can imagine how frustrating it must be for you all when you get told this pack must be released on this date, and you're like, no, we really need more time to iron out bugs and make sure everything we want is added. And they're all like, not happening, just do it. And of course, Nina wrote back stating, yeah, it can definitely be disappointing, like when a teacher says pencils down but you still want to add more, alas. Now, we are going to get into just a couple of Simmers tweets, and I did want to talk about this topic, and then also we're going to get into some other game developers and concept artists that actually chimed into this specific tweet as well. Now, this is like, it took me a minute to really piece everything all together, because I really wanted to get everything for you guys to truly hear your thoughts and opinions, which I would love to hear as each subject and topic and tweet has been read. What are your thoughts? What do you guys think about this? And again, let's get into a couple of Simmers' tweets and concerns regarding this post exactly. Someone by the name of Catherine Russell said, so many people don't understand how their games are made. They don't understand most software production. They complain about minor things but have no clue about why those quote unquote slip through. Now, someone else ended up tweeting out by the name of Deo saying, yeah, I take my art very seriously. However, not all game developers are like that. I wish I had more professional ones on my current and past projects. Someone else ended up tweeting by the name of lmao said, sure, but you also choose to ignore our concerns. It's crazy, we are the consumer and we don't even feel heard. Even in this case, we are being ignored, making Destin videos about something that we're not even saying, ignoring the points Destin is making on our behalf. Someone else by the name of Hazel said, it's a sad reality, I know. Some developers don't deserve the hate. EA has a checkered past with its fan bases. Some will give praise while others will give criticism. But straight up harassment is where people should stop and think before saying or doing something ugly. And I completely agree with that statement. Now, with that being said, I'm also going to talk about my thoughts and opinions, and I was really thinking about what everyone was saying and their, just opinions and thoughts on this. Again, would love to know yours down in the comments below, but there was also a slight debate on what exactly is a game developer versus quality assurance. Now, we are going to get into the definition just very quickly before I state my thoughts and opinions and some other tweets, but again, Google states that a game developer helped transform games from a concept to a playable reality. They do this by coding visual elements, programming features, and testing interactions until a game is ready for market. Quality assurance is for games about finding inconsistencies, glitches, or bugs in the software or game experience. Quality assurance involves documenting, reproducing, and reviewing these inconsistencies. Now, I did ask and say, is a Q&A a game developer? And a video game quality assurance tester is an essential part of the game development process, with a focus on finding bugs and errors in the code. They safeguard the end product against anything they could negatively affect a player's experience of the game. So basically, they work hand in hand. Now, many people did take to Twitter to announce their tweets, especially some other people that are also concept artists, game developers, etc., that work on other games, and ended up not only tweeting to this reaction, but also, Nina, who is over at Maxis, who made the initial tweet, was reposting some of these. And specifically, Jessica Pade, as someone whose job it is to protect developers from player harassment, which is already rampant in this industry due to a lack of understanding of game development, incendiary articles and videos are only hurting that relationship, which many of us work tirelessly to repair. And starting off with someone by the name of Jairus Diaz said, only a non-developer wouldn't acknowledge a QA as dev. I mean, do they have the power to dictate and decide who's a dev or not? Nope. Do they know what they're talking about? No. Does your opinion going to change the state of the industry? No. And it goes to say, so let's move on. QA equals game development. Now, let's get into my thoughts and opinions on this entire situation. One thing I will say, I do not condone harassment. I don't condone bullying. Do I talk constructive criticism with The Sims? Absolutely. Have we been getting inconsistencies? Absolutely. Matter of fact, let's take a little history down, the Sims lane and talk about all the things that The Sims has not been doing. Now, we do know that originally The Sims was its only account, right? Then they started receiving so much backlash, unfortunately, due to inconsistencies, not only with bugs and glitches, but overall just in the game in general, where people were receiving so many bugs. So then they ended up creating The Sims Direct Communications, where they talked about all things patch updates, problems. Basically, they said, okay, instead of coming over here making our, Twitter page look all, it's supposed to be all professional and everyone loves The Sims, come over here to complain, right? Like, go over here because you're kind of messing up the flow of what we have going on. But the thing with that is The Sims Direct Communications isn't very direct. They don't communicate. Now, this also goes back to when SimGuru Ninja back in February said, we try our hard to test thoroughly across the variables. Also, despite recent credit misconceptions, the testing team is as large as ever. And I feel like that's a little bit contradicting to what the other person at Maxis was saying. So I don't know. And then we also have EA Cade, who ended up releasing, a statement on exactly what happens when it comes down to making sure a patch is fixed. And specifically, I wanted to get into the fact that it's stating, not only does it goes in through testing, but once a fix is identified, tested, and approved, we then have to get it approved to release for everything that Sims 4 is on, including, the EA app, Origin, Mac, Apple, the Epic Games Store, Steam, Microsoft, Sony, and then the patch notes come in, and then stating, I'm not trying to make an excuse for time frames, mostly just sharing how many moving parts there are behind the scenes that all want to get a resolution as fast as we can. Now, although I do appreciate the transparency about talking about what steps go with what, I just also feel like at some point, who are we left to be like, okay, this is your fault? Who do we say that to? EA? Like, we know it's EA's fault, right? But if it goes the Sims team, Maxis, and then EA, yes, we can point our fingers at EA, but some of the things that the Sim Gurus do, it's their job as well. Some of the things that people work at Maxis with, it's their job as well. I feel like everybody's pointing fingers at whose fault it is, instead of being like, okay, how can we fix this game? Now, I'm not denying that any of the Sim Gurus or quality assurance people or, the development team, whichever you want to call it, I do feel like some people that work at Electric Arts, Maxis, and The Sims really truly does love the game. But I also feel like some people who do work on this is also not 100% into it, because it's showing something is getting past to where they are just putting out anything and thinking that people are just going to be okay with it and accept the bare minimum. A lot of players are now waking up to all the problems because a lot of people are not able to. The more packs are being downloaded, the more lag and inconsistency it's bringing. The more packs are being downloaded, the more of the bugs and glitches keep appearing, meaning to me that someone is not checking, someone is not doing their job. But there's so many people people to where we can point fingers to, being like, you're not doing your job, you're not doing your job, you're not doing your job. And you could be very well be doing it, but from the outside looking in, it's not what it looks like. So whose fault is it? And then some of the things that the sim gurus, you know, tweet, it's just kind of like a backhanded like comment, and it doesn't ever seem like it's coming from the right place. Sometimes some of the, I'm not going to speak for all sim gurus, but sometimes it does look a little shady with the way they tweet things and the responses that they're getting, knowing that everyone's going to see it and take it into accountability whenever you say something else. That's just how it is. So I don't know, y'all let me know your opinions and thoughts down below. But again, there's mine. Let's continue on to the very next topic. And well, with September being right around the corner, many players are suspecting when should we be receiving the 2 new kits. We do know we've already received the expansion pack, which is the Horse Ranch, and the latest pack to have dropped, as well as Behind the Sims Summit, and as well as the base game update. And all there's left is the 2 kits. When should we be expecting them? My thought is definitely this week. I think it's going to come either Tuesday or Thursday, and then they're going to be released next week. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. And with all that being said, again, we are on the road to 30K. I am so excited and so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you guys for showing up and showing so much love and support to my channel. And again, the love does not go unnoticed. Whether you're a silent viewer, you comment down on my videos, or leave a like, which truly does help on my channel, at the end of the day, you still supported my channel in some way, and for that I thank you. Thank y'all all so much, and I'll see you guys all in the very next video. Bye.